Hello friends, welcome to Daring Varana YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about insulation resistance test or Megger test. Insulation resistance test and Megger test both are same. It is usually carried out to find insulation of different machine, windings, conductor, wires, generator winding, etc. Insulation resistance test and Megger test are same. This is used to find insulation of different machines, windings, conductor, wires, generator winding, etc. So Megger testing. So Megger testing equipment is a high resistance ohmmeter with a built-in generator. It is a high resistance ohmmeter with built-in generator. It is the figure. It is the here there will be wire insulation, conductor as a copper wire. Then instrument test lights will be there. The indicator scale shows resistance, and Megger insulation tester will be there. So this is the Megger testing instrument. It is a high resistance ohmmeter built in a generator. Then it is equipped with three connections, that is connection lane, that is terminal lane, earth terminal and guard terminal SG. We can see there is guard terminal as G and lane terminal as L and earth terminal as E. Earth terminal E, lane terminal L, guard terminal as G. Resistance is measured between the lane and earth terminal. So resistance is measured between the lane and earth terminal. The guard terminal is provided for testing situations where one resistance must be isolated from another. So the guard terminal is used in a special testing situations where only one resistance must be isolated from another. So generator can be hand cranked or line operated to develop high DC voltage which causes small current through over surface of insulation being tested. Here generator can be hand cranked or line operated to develop high DC voltage which causes small current through over surface of insulation being tested. So here we will hand crank the generator and develop high DC voltage which causes small current through over surface of insulation being tested, which is measured by ohm, which is measured by ohmmeter having an indicator scale. Here using ohmmeter we will measure this reading. Means using generator we will be hand cranked and develop high DC voltage and a small current through the surface of insulation being tested will be generated, and we will measure using ohmmeter having an indicator scale. So what is the importance of this insulation resistance test or Megger test? The importance are an insulation test is carried out to test integrity of insulation between conductor. First we are using this, we are conducting this test means to find out the integrity of insulation between conductor. To find integrity of insulation between conductor, it helps to find short circuit problem in circuit. It helps to find short circuit problem, help to find integrity of insulation between conductor, and also serves as best gauge to indicate health of an equipment. This indicator test, this insulation test or Megger test help to find what integrity of insulation between conductor, short circuit problem, and totally we can say best gauge to find out the current health of an equipment is using indicator equipment or Megger test or insulation resistance test. Procedure to test the insulation. Test the Megger before use. You have to test because whether the Megger that we are using is working properly and all, and whether it is giving infinity value when connected, when not connected, and 0 when two terminals are connected together, and the hand is rotated. So before we have to test the Megger before use, whether it gives infinity value when it's not connected, it should show the infinity value, and it should, when it is connected, it will show 0. To do the test, we have to ensure that cable is disconnected from any device, and Megger normally work on 500 volt, 1000 volt tester for high voltage testing. And to ensure that, we have to ensure that the cable is disconnected from any device, and Megger usually works on 500 volt, 1000 volt tester for high voltage testing. And make sure that no eddy current in the device is earthing in it. So that is also very important. We have to ensure that no eddy current is earthing in this device. And instrument should be in normal working temperature because resistance is related to temperature. Yes, that is a very great factor. So we have to ensure that the testing should be done in the normal working temperature of the instrument, and ensure both ends of the cable are separated from each other. We have to ensure that the both ends of cable are separated from each other, and connect one cable in the terminal strip if we need, connect one end in the terminal strip if necessary. Otherwise ensure both ends are separated from each other. Then now connect the Megger terminal to the conductor that has to be measured. Now we will connect the Megger terminal with the instrument that we need to be measured. Then hand crank the generator and high DC voltage generator which cause small current over the surface of insulation being tested, and we will read in reading will show infinity means conductor having good insulation. So we will connect the Megger terminal to conductor that has to be measured. Then we will hand crank the generator. Then high DC voltage will generator, and which will cause small current through the surface of insulation being tested. It will flow. High DC voltage will be produced, but for the surface of insulation we are testing, there only small current will be passing through. Then we will read that the current readings which should be noted down, and if it shows infinity, that means conductor is having good insulation. This is the working of a Megger test or insulation resistance test. Here we can see earth lane, then lane conductor, guard terminal, earth terminal, lane terminal, guard terminal, and all. Hand generator, hand cranking will post high voltage DC, and it will have a small current in the insulation being tested, and we will find that insulation using that machine, and we will visit that ohmmeter. We will measure the reading. If the reading is infinity, then we can say that connection is in good condition. This is the working of Megger test or insulation resistance test.